Now we go to the West, which just blows my mind here because the Central Division, you have the three teams. You have Colorado, Dallas, and of course Winnipeg, all within 1 point of each other there. Then in the Pacific Division, you talked about the Canucks earlier in this conversation who were there. And then, of course, the Golden Knights, who started off so hot this season, are still right there. But to me, Edmonton, 10-0. They have a 10-game winning streak heading into this. That's the kind of situation where you're like, hey, I don't want the All-Star break. We're 10-0. We're on this roll. But we'll start with that Pacific Division. Talk about those teams there. I mean, you look at that, and even Los Angeles is only 3 behind Edmonton as far as points go there in the Pacific Division. This thing's going to be, I think, like a bloodbath.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I mean. The West has been the better conference, in the regular season, better divisional battles and everything. You mentioned Edmonton. First, there was the surprise that they got off to such a hellacious start to the season. And then I figured, hey, listen, they're too good. They're going to course correct. I didn't expect them to win. It's actually 16 games in a row now. They are one shy of the all-time winning streak, best winning streak in league history. Yeah. So, I mean, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect their defense to play so well. That's been the biggest change since Chris Knobloch became head coach, when he came in early in the season. Their goaltending has solidified. Stuart Skinner has been a tremendous surprise about how well he's played, how durable he's been, because he's playing every night. They're a team that probably needs to go out and get a backup goalie ahead of the deadline as well. Skinner, I don't know if he can keep playing the amount that he's playing at this point. But he's been terrific. And during this long winning streak, they are on a run of allowing teams of 2 goals or fewer, or 3 goals fewer in 12 consecutive games. I mean,
that's insane.
That's not the Edmonton Oilers we know and love. It's not run and gun, McDavid and Draisaitl, right? And now they added Corey Perry, great experienced guy, Stanley Cup winner. He's been to 3 other Stanley Cup finals. I mean, this guy, really will add an element come playoff time for them. Gritty, hard-nosed guy. So, there's a lot to like about Edmonton. But, you touch on some of the other teams. Vancouver and Winnipeg, who just are making these trades to kind of kick off trade deadline season. 2 of the biggest surprises in the league. Yeah, I thought Vancouver would be a little bit better. I love Rick Tocchet as a coach. Winnipeg, I thought they'd be a little bit better, but to be honest, I had them not making the playoffs this year.
Wow.
They seem to be kind of in that transition stage. We're going to start moving on from the guys that have gotten us here over the years, but they've been so good, and it's from top to bottom. I mean, they are the essence of team. Great job by Rick Bowness there. And it starts with Connor Hellebuck in goal. To me, he is the runaway Vezina Trophy winner. As good as Jeremy Swayman's been in Boston, he's been unbelievable in Winnipeg. And just touching on your Vegas Golden Knights, because I see the hat, and you said you're wearing
I'm not biased or anything.
You said your NHL hat, which means you only have one.
Well, no, right? I have several.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you said my, so I figured it's only one. It's the Golden Knights.
Including a Rangers hat, by the way, which nice. I got going to MSG, and then my older daughter has since stolen from me, so I have to find it back.
All right, we'll get you a new one from Forever Blue. But real quick thought on Vegas. And I know Jack Eichel's out. He's got he had the minor surgery, but he's going to be out several weeks. But they just got a key guy back, and we've talked a lot about goaltending here, right? Aiden Hill, your cup-winning goalie, is now back. And listen, they were doing well, not great. They had come back down to the pack with Logan Thompson kind of handling the bulk of the goaltending. But now you get Aiden Hill back, and I think he's looked really good since coming back. And that could be a huge difference maker for Vegas if he stays healthy the rest of the way and into the playoffs.